welcome back, knife nerds and everyday care people. It's your boy, the Big Canucker, and we have got ourselves a really kooky light. Let's have a look at this long, tall drink of water here. And you know what? It's got a very striking profile. Some would say that it's got this kind of jaunty angle of a cap here. It, throws some character. Here I'm talking about this thing like it's an anamorphic thing, and I'm not sure if you guys ever saw that Pixar animation where the light was outside in the rain and it was, getting wet, and somebody said, "Why do you feel sorry for this? It is only a lamp. It has no feelings." This is exactly how I felt at that particular moment. Why do you care? This lamp has no feelings. Well, it does generate some strong feelings, and whether it's like or dislike, we'll find out in this video. Now, quickly, if you like what you hear here and see here, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Help me spread my voice. I appreciate it so much. All right, let's go over here. So, of course, this is your obligatory lamp. You push the button here in the bottom, and it does turn on. Look at that. Now, you could take that, and you can press that, hold that down, and it'll dim it, or hold it all the way up, and it'll brighten it. So, this light is dimmable, and it is brightenable. Now, when this light here is in its brightest mode, just the white light itself, it's a little bit strange. It seems to have a little bit of a glare to it. I really prefer this lamp in the lower settings with this here. All right, so now the other really, really neat thing that this lamp can do here is you can actually press it up and you can have yourself a color show here. So it'll actually cycle through a bunch of LEDs to give you different LED colors. Now, I think there is, if I'm not mistaken, there's, I think, 256 colors gradients that you can throw in here. And if you really, really like a color that you want some ambience, all you do is simply lock that color in by just hitting twice up. Now it's locked in. Hit up again. Now we've got to the second light show, which is kind of a cascading light that just lightens all the way down. It'll change, and same thing, when you find that you got, oh, I really like this one, double tap up, that green will stay there, the yellow stay there, the pink, the blue, press down, shuts the whole thing off. Turn it back on, you start all over again with your gradient show. I really like this kind of teal blue. It's really a gorgeous light. And of course, if you hold it all the way up, it'll brighten that green all the way. If you press it and hold it down, it'll dim that green color too as well. So any color that you've got inside there, it'll lighten or dim that right from the yellow, the red, the green, the blue, the white. It'll light and it'll dim. Now, the other really, really cool thing about this particular light is it's got a built-in 4,000 milliamp battery. So at the lowest setting here, it'll go for 31 hours just in the lamp itself, which I think is incredibly cool. I mean, I think it's really, really neat that you've got yourself a lamp here. If you're camping, it's easy to throw into the, a backpack, and you're off and running, and you can throw it in the corner of your tent or your camper. It's really, really nice to have as a backup light for any sort of emergency situations. 31 hours of light. And in an emergency situation, light is your best friend because it can keep you safe. It also does amazing things for you mentally too as well. All right, so now we not only have that light, we've also got this jaunty angle light here that actually does completely swivel. Not swivel, I say swivel, I'm wrong. I wish it did swivel. It actually tilts completely, it tilts all the way down, and right to a 90-degree too. Now, the really, really cool thing about this is push the button and you can see that the light is on. So if you press and hold that, it'll brighten all the way up to 90 lumens, which is fairly bright. And you can actually take it and press it and hold it down, and it'll actually dull too as well. Now, the other really, really neat thing here is this has got its own little spotlight. It's totally removable, which I think is so cool. Now, you don't need to use the base to control this. You can actually give it a shake and it shuts itself off. Give it another shake and it turns itself on by just shaking. I think that is so cool. Now, the way I really like this lamp when it's lit is just straight down like that. That top lamp, when it's straight down like that, it gives it a nice spill out and it just illuminates without being so harsh. And that's the one thing I have to say about this, is you can see that it is a little bit harsh in its light. It's very, very crisp. There's no spotlight or there's no floodlight to it. It's more of a spotlight situation. And I like it when it's all the way down like that. And as you can see here, just clicking on and off, and it'll stay at its last known brightness until you actually just press it, hold it, and then it will dim itself out just by holding it, which I think is an excellent, excellent little feature. Now, another really, really cool thing with this is you can actually remove this, and here, we'll shut that off, and you can actually use this to charge, say, your Baton 3 Pro will fit up there, and you just simply hold it. If you hold it down, it'll actually it'll pulse, but it'll actually turn on and off too as well. Now, the other thing that you can put on there, which I don't have, is some of the MC balls that'll fit on top of there too. So you could use this as kind of a larger, more of a soft light with the MC bulb. Now, if you're not familiar with the MC bulb, look back. I have an MC Pro bulb that will not work with this. Unfortunately, the MC Pro won't work with it. It has to do with, I think, the circle here. It's just not, wide enough to control or to hit the rings to charge. Now, another really, really neat feature with this is the fact that you'd think that if you hit it, it'll tip over. Well, because it does such a small base, it actually has a little bit of a suction cup on the bottom, as you can see here. You don't need to kind of like jam it down, just setting it down, and it's got some great, great lockitude, I guess you'd want to call that, or great suction. Without, because sometimes if you have something that's really bad suction and you hold it and you want to move it, you got to break it loose. Where this one here, as long as you're moving it slowly, and deliberately, you can pull it off. But if you want to move it fast, it locks itself down. So there. So let's put that on there too as well. Now, it's not all complete fun and games. Now, even though that this light here has an on-off, it doesn't seem to work with this, being unplugged. So if you have the base unplugged, you lose all sort of functionality. See, it's stuck on. It won't, this button won't turn it on and off. You'll have to shake it on and off to use it without it being plugged in. So let's just put that there for a second. Plug that in. As you can see here, it's red because it's charging, and then all the way up here, as you can see, it's on. Now it clicks off again because it is plugged in with the USB Type-C cable that it comes with. It doesn't come with a charging brick, but it does come with the cable. So some of the run times here, max runtime on the stem is 31 hours. On the lamp head is 10.5 hours. Now the overall weight is 14.82 ounces or 420 grams, excluding the lamp head. The lamp head itself is going to add just a little bit, a few grams to that. You've got a 4,000 milliamp battery built into the stem, and your lamp head has got a 100 milliamp battery. Now, of course, it is made of aluminum alloy, and your dimensions are, it's 15.6 inches tall and a diameter of 3.35 inches, or 396 millimeters, or diameter of 85 millimeters. So now the lamp head itself up here happens to be 1.4 inches long, or 1.4 inches high, with a diameter of 1.3 inches, or 33.2 millimeters or 37.4 millimeters respectively. So it is it's kind of a really, really neat size and just an overall neat lamp. For me, when I use this as a nightstand, and I think is more of an emergency light for myself. I like it if it's placed in because I love this. Being able to pop this off is so handy. You would not believe how many times I need to find something in the dark, especially if I don't want to wake up my wife. Like if my wife is a really, really light sleeper, I hate turning on and clicking on the whole light because I'm up all the time because I have a bad back. And so I need to say maybe get up and use the washroom. I take that little lamp, give it a little shine along the ground. I'm not going to step on anything or trip or fall. And I keep her nice and quiet. And of course, a happy wife is happy life. All right, so would I recommend this? Absolutely. I think this is an excellent, excellent little light. You know, the light itself can be a little bit glary in the bright of it if it's in a dark room, but it's very, very bright. But the dimmer settings, it seems so nice. It also gives a really, really nice ambiance when you're maybe getting a little bit of a busy time. And here in Canada, these are about $130 list price, but you look for them on sale. I ended up picking this one up here for $89. There was a great Olight sale. In the US of A, I do believe they are 99 bucks, and they do often go on sale or little packages and promotions too as well. So excellent light. I absolutely love it, and I would recommend it 100%. I do wish Olight would do a little bit of design to it. Perhaps they will make it swivel, and not only that, make the top light effective with the on-off without it being plugged in. So if it's a complete cordless lamp that you're going to be using, say, away camping for the weekend, make sure that this light is functional without it being plugged in. That would be a couple of hits on this, if I have to say, for sure. But other than that, a great little Canuck light, and I would definitely recommend it for your lighting needs. Well, thank you so much for stopping by. I really, really hope you appreciated my little look on this. Please, please stay safe out there. Keep your stick on the ice, the shiny side up. This is the Big Canucker saying adios.